Cordray's opponent is, of course, Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine. Michelle Nix will be entrenched with his camp throughout the night. Good evening, Michelle. All right, we'll go to Michelle in just a little bit. We're expecting a long night when it comes to electing a new governor in Ohio.
Polls in that race have been very close.
We'll take a look at those polling numbers. We're expecting a long night when it comes to electing a new governor for Ohio. Polls in that race have been very close. Recent numbers show Democrat Richard Cordray holding on to a 5-point lead. Right now, 48% against Republican Mike DeWine at 43%. You may recall these candidates went head-to-head for Attorney General back in 2010. That was a close race, with DeWine winning by just over 67,000 votes. Now, the race for a U.S. Senate seat in Ohio has not been proven to be as close leading up to this election day. Incumbent Democrat Sherrod Brown, currently 46% of the vote, compared to Republican Jim Renacci, polling at only 37%. Another race that we'll be watching closely tonight is the 13th Congressional District. Now, here is a tale of the tape. We're going to start with the incumbent Democrat Tim Ryan, serving his 8th term, looking for a 9th. In that time, he's been appointed to the House Appropriations Committee, and Congressman Ryan says his primary focus is on the economy and quality of life for people living in his district. He's opposed by Republican Chris DePizzo. He's a respected attorney who's practiced at 2 prestigious law firms in the country. He's a Valley native, grew up on Youngstown's South Side. One of DePizzo's primary goals, a better tax system for the middle class and a regulatory environment. Now let's take a look at some of those money issues that we'll be following tonight. We want to first start with the schools. West Branch asking for a 0.5% income tax. Crestview wants to bond issue to build a new complex. Bristol and Brookfield, they both have additional levies, and Niles has that substitute levy of 11.7 mils. Others issues of interest. Austintown Police going back to the voters to approve some additional funding. The Columbiana Children's Services Program, they need additional money to operate. The township of Brookfield wants to begin some zoning in the township. For the 8th time, the Youngstown, the anti-frackers, they want to block fracking in Youngstown. And Boardman Park is asking for the approval of a 0.6 mil levy. Now, one thing to note on those polling numbers that I talked about earlier, I think NBC's Chuck Todd said it best. These numbers are typical of average turnout, but we're expecting above average turnout in these midterms. And when that happens, all bets are off. It makes predicting these races even tougher. We could see some unexpected wins.